Why have we got 2 pans?
What? Because we're making one giant cookie and no more than that. Depending on how much dough we have.
I'm going to apologize in advance for all of the strange camera angles and shit in this video because I don't have anybody here to hold the camera and my cat was not cooperating.
I'm also going to make one cookie, but I'm going to make a reasonably sized cookie.
Boo! I know what you're thinking. Are they really going to make that disgusting peanut butter recipe? Of course not. That's not going to happen. I thought about using the same recipe and then just skipping the peanut butter, but I think that'll cause texture issues and all kinds of... You know what, I'm just going to make a giant cookie out of my own recipe. Sorry, not sorry.
Lovely bag of oats that I purchased actually specifically for baking cookies while we're not allowed to leave the house. Because what else are you gonna do?
About a tablespoon of butter at room temperature, tablespoon of brown sugar, teaspoon of white sugar, 2 tablespoons of flour, and 1/8 of a teaspoon of vanilla.
You put that in its own little thing?
Yeah, that's what mise en place is.
And as Trista so kindly suggested, we did not at all make sure that our bosh was clean before we did this, because I made cinnamon buns the other day and it turns out it's harder to clean than we expected. And we're just embracing the post-cinnamon dough dirty bosh vibe, I guess.
I'm not sure if I've ever actually measured an egg before. That does not seem like a fun time, but we are going to do that.
Use an unnecessarily large wooden spoon out of all of the wooden spoons that we own.
Honestly, I think most of the egg white ended up on the counter, unfortunately. Gloopy.
That butter doesn't look very room temperature to me, sweetie.
I pulled it out of that.
That's margarine.
You're kidding.
I'm not kidding.
Shit. Oh, that's gross. Oh, well. I'm disappointed.
Now we need some tasty sugar because sugar makes everything better.
We turn it off before we open it in this case, probably. Usually.
I mean, we have a lid in this house, I think, is the main difference.
Shots fired.
I'm not saying it's better. It is, but I didn't say that.
We lock that in place and then we tell it to the cream. Woo! That was fun. I am not good at baking and staying clean.
Alright, we'll incorporate the flour.
All at once, not little by little?
You can only do so little by little at this point.
That's what you say. I think you're not trying hard enough. Just ignores me.
The load is very, very sticky. I wonder if I should add some extra flour, maybe? We'll put a little more in. What can it hurt, right? It's not like baking is a science or anything.
I don't get to use that great vanilla trick because my recipe doesn't call for vanilla. That was a good trick though. I did not know that.
We could throw vanilla in and see what happens.
No.
I'm not sure if I trust the whole cap being the same size thing, but let's test that out. That is supposed to be a teaspoon. Holy shit. She was right. That is a teaspoon.
Surprisingly dry.
Yeah.
Right, so it was functionally sand for a while. I added a little bit more butter, and then I started working it by hand instead of with a fork or a spatula.
If you have a baking guru in your life, you just follow everything they say. Exactly, because when you don't and you listen to the local baker, you try to put unsalted butter in your shortbread, and that fucks up. Don't use unsalted butter. Unsalted butter is the devil.
I wasn't sure if I was supposed to use salted or unsalted butter, so I used unsalted. We will see how that goes.
And obviously, because no one makes cookies that don't have, what are they, Declan?
The secret
The
ingredient.
secret ingredient. Fun fact, once when Declan
Oh,
and I
come on.
first started dating, Declan proclaimed that chocolate chips went in everything.
They make everything better.
They make everything better. A bold stance to take, because immediately
Turns
I
out
told
Kelsey
him,
calls you out on your bullshit.
immediately I told him that that was not the case. So he tried to prove it to me by making a sandwich with it in it. What were the ingredients in your sandwich, Declan?
Bread. And chocolate.
And?
Chicken.
Yeah.
I've never had a peanut butter cookie with, any, like, the oatmeal in this is interesting, or peanut butter cookie with chocolate chips. I did, gonna put some sprinkles in there too. These chocolate ones. Because why not? Now, I bought these a couple of weeks ago to go with an impromptu mousse dessert for a dinner, and I was informed by Trista that it would be sacrilege to put them on top of the mousse, which was a decision I had already come to myself, but it was definitely reinforced.
Add the chocolate chips now. Same approach. Says a tablespoon and a half. Just eyeball it.
We're just going to eyeball an amount because I don't feel like measuring them. So we'll just pour some of these in. That looks like a reasonable volume of chocolate chips.
If any of you are wondering how much chocolate chips we put in case you couldn't tell,
Fuck ton.
very much the goal is just an obscene amount of chocolate chips. If you feel like you've got too many, it is possible, but it's unlikely. I have done it.
Wasn't it so many that the dough wouldn't stick together?
That is a fact.
Yeah.
It literally could not bind together because all I could, like, the chocolate chips were too plentiful.
I don't think this is going to hold together, but we're going to see what happens when we bake it. As you can see, this is really brittle and craggly. When you push it, it just kind of breaks apart.
Still not sure how I feel about chocolate chips. We'll see how it tastes.
Here's the thing. Toast with melted chocolate on it, pretty good, especially if it's
Guess
fresh
it's
bread.
called Nutella.
No, Nutella is disgusting. Tastes too much like peanut butter. That hazelnutty taste, very close to peanut butter.
I love peanut butter. I'm sure a little bit of extra peanut butter won't hurt anything.
It's just barely holding together.
If it fails, it's definitely recipe error, not user error.
Yep, but hey, that's the point.
This is kind of looking a little gloopier than it's supposed to, but hey, I'm sure it'll still taste good.
Alright, so let's check this into a cookie, or cookie-like object. There we go. Oven has been preheating at 350.
Let me help you.
Thanks, love. Alright.
That good, eh?
No. There we go. Looks sort of like a cookie now.
This is what our finished dough looks like. Doesn't that look delicious? So if we were making normal cookies, the best way to make like a beautifully shaped cookie is to A, have my mom's recipe because she's the best. You're welcome. And B, you make it a little ball. You push it down with your hand, and then you just do a little, yeah, just like that. Just like a little hockey puck. And then we'll pop that onto one of these. But let's be honest, we're here to make a giant cookie. So I wonder how much of this dough we should put into making a giant cookie and how much we should cheat into our own bullshit.
Alright, onto here. Into the oven for, I think it said 10 to 15 minutes. See what happens.
We forgot the most important step. Oh, this is a thing, isn't it? Boyfriends just film our faces like super up close.
I mean, I'm also terrible at camera work, so, you know, taking my inspiration from Greg's video.
It's delicious.
None like this, because it is necessary.
Here's the deal. I usually only bake half of my cookie dough. The other half,
It's disgusting.
I eat, and when I'm done eating it, I put it in a plastic bag and I put it in the freezer with the idea that then I can bake more cookies whenever I want. But obviously I don't do that. I just pull out this bag of cookie dough and sit on the couch and eat it.
And here we have the giant ball of cookie dough on the baking sheet, which will now be put into the oven.
We're freezing half of it.
Absolutely! Declan, what if we want to make cookies tomorrow, but we don't want to dirty all of these
We won't be
dishes?
making
It
cookies.
would be so
You'll just
sad.
eat all that raw potential
Yes, I
and waste
will.
it.
I mean, let's be honest, no one's worried about salmonella right now.
Fucking hell.
Alright. So we gave it the allotted amount of time, and then even a little bit longer. It said to bake until lightly brown, 13 to 15 minutes. It's been in there for about 17. It's a little bit of browning around the edges, and that's about it. Still squishy. Looks kind of like a cookie. We'll let it sit, see what happens.
And then feast!
Yeah, that's your single cookie recipe.
All right, we have finished the cookie. It looks delicious. Still a bit soft on the inside, but often these cookies take a moment to kind of chill out. As you can see already, these ones are flattening a little bit. Boop. We'll turn off that very important section. And of course, in my household, we always leave the oven open because that's how you keep your house warm for cheap. Yeah. Yeah, so this is my beautiful cookie. So we're gonna let them set for a couple minutes, just like these ones already have. And we'll take a little, yeah. Oh. Whoop. Whoop. Aha! The first cookie is done. Oh God, how are we gonna get that off? Trista, we didn't want you take it off the pan. Oh God.
So I tried it. The cookie's awful. It is grainy and greasy. The fact that it has no egg in it and no leavener means that it's just kind of flour that's sort of stuck together. And the sugar is too much. Yeah, it's pretty awful. There it is. It is trash.
I don't know if you can see the grease
Don't
on the
make
plate.
this recipe.
So, I hope it's cooked. That's a cookie.
All right. Here's the final result. It's big and delicious, and more importantly, you drink it with milk, Trista. Why didn't you show us any milk? Cookie, milk, cookie, milk. Does it look delicious, Declan?
Absolutely. It's bigger than my hand.
She'll hold up your hand to it.
I mean,
I mean, it's also bigger than my hand.
yeah.
I mean, my fingers kind of get the outside, but that is a big fucking cookie.
So ready to eat that son of a bitch.
We're gonna eat it.
Yeah.
Declan's playing Gin Techie, which is the greatest corp.
Disagree.
You're wrong. And I'm playing Arnie Lost Deck. Lost. AKA I'm making Declan very sad. You can see he's got no ice rest. Sad Declan. Happy cookie. Sad Declan.
Not nearly as large as other people's cookies, but it is very poofy. So hopefully it is all cooked, and I will get to enjoy that in a few minutes. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Hope that wasn't too awkward and weird.
Okay, so this is the hidden step that Declan doesn't know about. Take all of the leftovers. Cookie dough, not icing. I know how to speak. And you put it in this bag for eating later. And then, after we've collected most of our, don't worry, we can clean out the bowl later. After collecting all of our dough, we're gonna seal it. I can't seal this while I'm holding. You know what? You're just gonna have to look at that bowl for a minute. So we're sealing it, making sure to get all the air out. You don't want freezer burnt cookie dough. Then, okay, you know what? Look at that again. Then take your bag and you go here. Then you hide it behind the mangoes. He'll never check behind the mangoes. Then, totally normal fridge, nothing to see here.